Hayley Matthews had said this was the strongest West Indies team since the 2016 World Cup winning team. After 2016, two West Indies women teams have reached semi-finals of World Tournament. Therefore, we expect this team to be very competitive. Hello everyone, welcome to the Caribbean #1 cricket channel. Good morning to you. Wherever you may be, I hope that you will have a most wonderful day. South Africa won the toss and asked West Indies to bat, and after 5 overs, West Indies are 23 for 2 with Hayley Matthews gone and Quiana Joseph gone. Quiana Joseph was bowled by Laba for 4, while Hayley Matthews was caught behind off the bowling of Hayley Matthews was out caught behind. I do not remember the bowler at this time, but she was out caught behind also for 4. So West Indies are 27 now for 2 as Dutton is taken on the pad as the ball goes back to Tryon. Tryon, who played in the recently concluded Women's CPL, where she was one of the leading wicket takers. She took a number of wickets in the CPL. 27 for 2, Tryon comes in, bowls to Dutton, who cuts at this one and misses. The ball goes through to the wicketkeeper, and there is no run. The score 27 for 2. So the two women at the crease are Dutton and Stephanie Taylor. Tryon comes and bowls to Dutton. She's off the back foot, but she cannot beat mid-off, and there is no run. So the score is now 27 for 2 after 5.4 overs. South Africa won the toss and asked West Indies to bat. Tryon bowls to Dutton, who waits on this one and cuts into the offside, cannot beat cover, and there is no run. There's a packed offside field here for the South African. One delivery coming over number 6. West Indies batting after being asked to do so by South Africa. Bowls to Dutton down the leg side. She swept this away high in the air. One bounce into the boundary for 4. That was down the leg side. So the second 4 came out of the over. 31 for 2 after 6 overs. West Indies asked to take first strike by South Africa. And after 6 overs, Matthews was caught off cap for 10, and Quiana Joseph was bowled by Laba for 4. Stephanie Taylor is not out, 3 from 3 deliveries, and Deandra Dutton is on 13 from 8 deliveries. 31 for 2 after 6 overs. That's the end of the power play. I look forward to our interaction this morning, early in the morning. Persons will be getting up and going to work, and I know that probably more persons will be listening than really watching the television at this time. So it's a pleasure to have you here. I welcome you, and I welcome your interaction. Well, the light came on and it went off, and that light is definitely giving some trouble. I definitely need to change that light. So the West Indies playing 11 is Hayley Matthews, Quiana Joseph, Stephanie Taylor, Deandra Dutton, Shermaine Campbell. That's a good top 5, as she comes in now, bowls outside the off stump to Stephanie Taylor, who pushed the left pad and was about to play a shot. Then she withdrew the bat and allows it to go through. There is no run. Chinel Henry, Alia Alain. I am comfortable with the West Indies top 7, no doubt about it. And Zayda James is there at 8, Afle Fletcher at 9, Charisma Ramarak, and Shamil Connell. Well, I never had Shamil Connell in my playing 11, but nonetheless, 10 of those players were in my playing 11. So, but let us support the entire team. But I think Basil got it right. Basil leaved out, and that one is cut away by Stephanie Taylor down to the field and the cover boundary for a singer. The score will move up now to 32 for 2. 32 for 2 after 6.2 overs. So there, as soon as the light come back up, I can always take off my glasses, because the place become brighter. So that playing 11 is identical to the one that I would have selected, except for Shamila Connell, who I had left out of my playing 11 for Shady Nation. So there's a backward point, a cover, a sweep on the boundary, balls to that in taken and the pad. This is going to be very close, not outside the umpire. But I think it is very close. It was short. That didn't look to pull. They appealed. The umpire said not out. They are discussing it. 8 seconds remaining. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. They are not going to go. But I think it's very close. I would love to see ball tracking. I think it probably clipping leg stump, Dottin forcing herself to play straight. As we watch Cap in her third over, 1 for 11 so far, bowls to Dottin, who looks to play a forcing drive. It comes off the inside edge of the bat onto the pad, and there is no run. So let's watch this replay. It was short. She was looking to pull, missing. It's missing leg stump. It's going to be missing leg stump. Look, good decision. Here's ball tracking coming up. Yes, it missing leg stump. Good decision, umpire. The impact was umpire's call, and the ball tracking shows that it's missing leg stump. Quiana, Dot in seconds as Cap comes into her. She drive in the air, caught at cover. So Cap pitched up and Dottin looking to drive, and she picked out cover, and West Indies have lost their third wicket and are in serious trouble here now at 32 for 3 after 6.5 overs. 32 for 3 after 6.5 overs. That ball was pitched up, looked to play a cavalier back foot drive, the West Indies type. She didn't pick the gap, and it went straight to the fielder at cover. And so Deandra Dottin has gone. West Indies have lost their third wicket. They are 32 for 3. Wolvaardt, the captain, taking the catch. So Dottin gone for 13 from 11 deliveries. She hit 3 fours. West Indies in a spot of bother here now. Really in a spot of bother. We are up against it. As that's the West Indies team. And let me give you the South African team. It's Lara Wolvaardt, Tasmin Britt, Marisa, let's say Cap, Botch, Soon Louis, Chol Tryon, De Klerk. These South African names, I wish envoy was here to help me to pronounce these names. So that's the South African team on the screen, though. But I'm having a challenge pronouncing these names. So Sherwin Canberra has come to the crease. So there's the West Indies playing 11. And later today, the second qualifier will be played. We'll have live watch along there also. Cap comes into Canberra, the vice captain, who dabbed this away down to the left of cover, cannot pierce the field, and there is no run. The score remains at 32 for 3 after 7 overs. So South Africa winning the toss and asked West Indies to bat, and they are 32 for 3 after 7 overs. Yes, Meredith, good morning, man. A loyal follower of women cricket in the Caribbean is Meredith. He's always here when it comes to women cricket. I appreciate your company. Merrick, and as always. Carlton Ayman tuning in from England, I think. Yes. Good morning to you, Carlton Ayman. You're checking in from the UK. Yes, sir. Good to have you here. It's just about 11:33 now in the UK. So good morning, Carlton. But West Indies in some trouble. Carlton is saying we need to build again. Definitely, we need to build again, and I don't think we have the right coach for it. I am Sean Diaz out. I don't think his attitude is right. I don't think his concept is right. I don't think Sean Diaz recognized that the talent pool in the West Indies is not what it is in Australia. As that ball was played to Stephanie Taylor, who dabbed it into the offside. They go through for a single. The return comes in, hit the stump, and allow the batswoman to go through for an overthrow. The score moves up now to 35. So Stephanie Taylor, she's not moving smoothly as one would expect. And we saw where she did not play in the two warm-up matches. And there could be some, maybe she's not in the best of fitness as she turned this one away through square leg for a single. The score moves up to 34 for 3. 34 for 3, 36 for 3, sorry. So that just showing it that thing was playing that one off the up, in our if you can remember Jeffrey Dujan playing that shot backward of point where he's playing it off the back foot, but the ball is in the air and he's caressing it away backward of point. It was something like that thing was trying to do as the Clerk bowls to Campbell played it out into the offside, and there is no run. The score remains at 35 for 3 after 7.3 overs. 35 for 3 after 7.3 overs. West Indies asked to take first strike by South Africa. And the West Indies playing 11 is, as you see there, is on the screen. Bowls to Camber. The Clerk plays it through mid-wicket. They go for a single. The score will now moves up now to 36 for 3. Taylor is on 7 from 7 deliveries. Taylor on 7 from 7 deliveries. So it's 36 for 3 at the end of over. I'm seeing advertisement. So isn't the end of the over? I think. Oh, yes. Advertisement in the middle of the over. As this is played away into the covers by Stephanie Taylor, and they go through for yet another single. So it's 37 now for 3. One delivery to coming over number 8. I thought it was the end of the over because I was seeing some advertisement. I thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate your company. Good to have you here. Really good to have you here. Love the interaction. I look forward to your comments and interaction. So there's a short turn man and a backward point, a sweep on the cover boundary, an extra cover and a mid-off. As the Clerk comes in, bowl to Campbell, turn it away into mid-wicket. They go through for a single. That's ticking over the score, and it's 38 for 3 at the end of over number 8. 38 for 3 at the end of over number 8. So Fernandez, good morning to you. Auxiladora Fernandez, good morning to you. Bless, good morning to you, my friend, watching all the way from Brooklyn. Thank you, Alexandro. Fernandez. Thank you, Fernandez. We appreciate it. It's very early in the morning. Probably need to get a drink of water here. Just give me a minute so I can get a drink of water. The wife is still sleeping, I greet you with the news that Canberra's just hit a 4 and West Indies are 43 for 3. She played that away down to third man, just opening the face of the bat and going down to third man for 4. Despite the best effort of the spinner Laba, she could not get there. And West Indies now have 43 for 3 after 8.1 over. Dirksen over the wickets. Ball to Campbell. Flashes this away in the air. Dropped at cover point. The ball running away down towards the boundary. They're gone for 1. And that's all they will get. So the score moves up now to 45 for 3. Did they come back for 2? So it was outside the ash stump. Campbell flashes it away. The field that backward point dived to her right, but could not get in the catch. She took a lot off it. The batsmen go through for 1, and I think they come back for the second because the score was 43 and it's now 45. 45 for 3. Cambry bowls to Cambry and she pulls that away. 2 backward of square leg down towards the fielder coming off the backward square leg boundary for a singer. The score now moves up to 46 for 3. So 46 for 3 are the West Indies. And Cambry here playing a good little knock for the team. She's the vice captain. She's there with Stephanie Taylor. Yes, Fernandez. It's hard to pronounce. You know, it's very hard to pronounce. Very hard to pronounce. Yeah. Let's watch Dirkse bowls to Taylor, who drive magnificently down the ground through mid-on. Sheer class into the boundary for 4. Oh, what a shot by Stephanie Taylor. That was pitched up by Dirksen. And Stephanie Taylor came on the front foot and she drove it sweetly through mid-on for 4. Lovely shot by the West Indies #1 batswoman. That was a terrific shot through mid-on. Lovely shot there by Stephanie Taylor. 50 for 3. The West Indies 50 has come up. Dirksen bowled to Taylor and she drive in the air through covers. It running away down towards the boundary. The fielder comes across, sends the return in. They go through for a single. Taylor is on 13 from 10 deliveries. Camber is on 9 from 7 deliveries. After 8.5 overs, the West Indies asked to take first strike. They are 51 for 3. The final delivery of over 9 coming up. Dirksen bowled to Camber, turn it away to the field at short fine leg. They come through for a quick single. Stephanie Taylor beat the return comfortable. The score moves up to 52 for 3 at the end of over number 9. 52 for 3 at the end of over number 9. And Stephanie Taylor probably moving smoothly there, you know. Could be. She could be moving very smoothly. It's hard to pronounce, and I think you do it deliberately, you know, Fernandez. It is to me that this is your stage name. I think this is your stage name. Am I right? Carlton Ayman is saying, we need 120 plus to put pressure on the South Africans batters when it's their turn to bat. I agree with you. I think we need at least 120. 52 for 3 after 9 overs. And so Henry Lane and so Tryon is back into the attack. Bowls to Camber. She played it down back the pitch to the bowler who field, and there is no run. So 8 runs came off Tryon first over. This is her second over. She's in round the wicket. Bowls to Camber, who pull this in the air down towards mid wicket. The fielder comes off the boundary and sends the return in. And there is a single. 53 now for 3. Tryon is bowling left arm orthodox spin, similar to Gudakesh Moti and Akil Hussain, and she's bowling round the wicket to the right hander just as they do. Different type of bowler though, but that's her left arm orthodox spinners. She bowls to Stephanie Taylor, who's onto her front foot and drove this one down to the fielder coming off the cover boundary. That's another singer. The score moves up to 54 for 3 after 9.3 overs. Taylor, she's on 14. Camber is on 11. Tryon comes in, bowl to Camber down the pitch. When she gets there, she drive. It comes off the inner portion of the bat. It beats the keeper and it runs away down to fine leg. They come back for 2. The score will now move up to 56 for 3 after 9.4 overs. So she came on the front foot and was looking to drive. And the ball peeled off the inner portion of the bat and goes down towards fine leg. They got 2. Tryon bowls to Campbell, look to turn that into the onside. The keeper moves from behind the stumps and collect, and there is no run. The score remains at 56 for 3 after 9.5 overs. Try on in her second over, 1.5 overs, none for 12. She comes in, bowls to Canberra, who's down deep in her crease on her knees and pull this away down to backward of square leg. If you have seen Canberra batted in the past, you know the exact shot I'm talking about, as she just down deep and pull it away down backward of square leg for a singer. The score moves up to 57 for 3. 57 for 3 after 10 overs. I think we are going to have the drinks break now. Yes, so Carlton Ayman was saying that we need 120 plus. I do hope that we can get up to 120 plus. I think 117 won the match yesterday morning. 117 was it? So South Africa is definitely stronger than Scotland, Bangladesh, and also in the afternoon, Pakistan beat Sri Lanka. And I don't think I'm trying to check how many, or what was like, what was like the score yesterday morning. I think it was 117. I come in, I soon tell you what happened yesterday morning. No, that's not that. This is what so this yesterday morning, Pakistan made 116 and Bangladesh made 119. Those were the two matches yesterday, and they both won those matches. And so that's what I was looking for. They both won their matches. One made 116 and one made 119. So going by that, Carlton Ayman, I think then that 120 plus would be challenging. Would be challenged. This match has been played in Dubai. So Dubai, the match has been played 57 for 3. Sorry. So it's 57 for 3. 57 for 3 after 10 overs. Patrick Lambert, good morning to you, man. How are you? It's a pleasure having you here, Patrick. He said that not a good start, but I expect a score of 130 runs, which I believe will be defendable. Well, yes, and Carlton Ayman, and both you and Carlton Ayman and I agree with that. I would think that anything over 120 would be defendable. And judging off those scores yesterday morning, it should be defendable. And these ladies, they are playing for a lot of money in this year World Cup, a lot of money. The winner will get $2.34 million. There is it on your screen. Second place team getting $1.17 million. A lot of money. They're getting $31,000 for each match they win in the first round. Even the losing semifinalists will be getting $675,000. This is a lot of money in the World Cup. A lot of money. A Women World Cup, Cricket World Cup with only 10 teams, and you're getting $2.34 million to win it. In addition to getting $31,000 for every match you win. So it's a lot of money in this year World Cup, and this should definitely be encouraging women to play more cricket, and this is something that we need to talk a little more about. Soon Louis is coming into the attack. I think that's our name, spell Luus, or Soon Lou. So there's a lot of money in women cricket, and we should be encouraging our girls to play it, because despite what Hayley Matthews said, we all know that that's not the truth. So Sue comes in, bowls to Canberra off the back foot, and she edged this down to short third man for a single. The score moves up to 58 for 3 after 10.1 overs. So she was on the back foot there, looking to cut it, get the top edge. Good work by the field, that short third man who moved smoothly, smartly to her left and prevented it from passing her. They go through for a single. Sue comes in, bowls to That was they're showing for a moment there, I thought that it was Stephanie Taylor, but when I look, I realized that it was Dottin. And there they're showing that lovely on-drive that Taylor played. As Sue bowled to Taylor, she waited and it comes into her, and then she played it out into the offside for a single. The score moves up to 59 for 3. Taylor definitely not running smoothly. If you're watching the match, are you getting the impression that Taylor is not at her very fitness best? Bowls to Campbell, down the pitch, turn it into mid-wicket for a single. The score moves up now to 60 for 3. You know, and there's the West Indies coach there now. You know, he should be fired. He should be fired today. Today they should fire him. He's not doing a good job. Over the wicket, bowls to Taylor, who played this into mid-wicket for a single. The score moves up to 63. Yes, I definitely don't think, if you're looking at Taylor there, she's not moving smartly, you know. I think he's very lazy. He's very lazy, the West Indies cricket coach. Driven hard, back to the bowler, dropped. So Louis bowled to Canberra, and Canberra down the pitch, and she driven it hard back to the bowler, who dropped the catch, and she's in some trouble, you know. It looks like that big finger. It looked like that big finger could be broken. That was driven hard back to her. She got across and go down to try to take the catch, but the physio is coming out. But she's definitely in some trouble here. She's in some trouble. They didn't miss the finger and hit just at the top of the wrist right there. They are moving very fast here, so it looks like she's definitely in some trouble. I love this, you know. I love this from the South African physio. There's no if and but, you know, she's getting to work. It looks like she put some heat on it right away, or some cold. But you know that bag that they carried, some of them have it, some person has a cold bag, some has a heat bag. They put it on it right away. She is some trouble. Sulu is in some trouble. As Canberra came down the pitch and she drove it hard back to the bowler, who looked to take the catch, but then she was struck on the wrist. It was really hit hard by Canberra. It was a full-blooded drive as she came down the pitch and hit it very, very hard. You know, so Carlton Ayman is saying, about time, they deserve all that cash. Put some to grassroots cricket for development. Yes, Carlton Ayman. You know, I think the ICC is really everyone is saying that India is getting most of the money. Well, yes. Was short, pulled away, down to long on for a single. The score moves up to 62 for 3. So while the West Indies is getting, I think, a little under 3 million a month. It's about 36 million a month the West Indies is getting. I think, on the other hand, India is probably getting, I think India is getting 230 million a year. Yes, I think India is getting 230 million a year from the ICC surplus. So the ICC makes it money through sponsorship at world event, like the Women World Cup, the Men World Cup, you know, through sponsorship. That's where the ICC makes its money. Let's watch Labada. She comes in, bowls to Canberra, and that one turn away from Canberra as it goes through to the keeper, and there is no run. So from these world tournaments, they sell their license and in 4-year packages, and they break it up different section. Let's say they make their money from advertisement at world tournament. Now the surplus from those, after like they pay out the $8 million that they are paying out for this tournament, down the pitch come Canberra, then the bowler saw her coming and fired it in towards the leg stump, and she was able to play it away down to short fine leg, and there is no run. 62 for 3 after 11.2 overs. Canberra seconds as Laba. Another left-arm orthodox spinner comes in, Round the wicket, balls to Campbell. She looks to reverse sweep, taken on the pad. Not out. I think it's clearly missing leg stump. But why is she looking to reverse sweep? Why she just don't stand up and play the ball? And clearly she does not practice that shot well enough. She's off balance. If you are watching it, you can clearly see that Campbell is off balance after she played the shot. That means it's not something that she practiced. And that's one of the other things that I have with this coach. He doesn't coach. He bowled. As she looked to turn that into the onside, Cambridge bowled 17. She's bowled by 17 from off the bowling of Laba. Laba picking up her second wicket. It's the same way she bowled Quiana Joseph. Well, not the same way, but Quiana Joseph had her off stump knockback. This time, Sherman Campbell have her middle stump knockback, middle and off stump knockback. The arm ball getting her. And so West Indies have lost their fourth wicket with the score on 62 for 4. So West Indies 62 for 4. Campbell goes bowl, Laba for 17. Stephanie Taylor is not out on 16. And West Indies, after 11.4 overs, they are 62 for 4. And I really think in a spot of bother. So Sean Diaz, his approach to coaching is to, the best way to explain it is to facilitate the players to do what they want to do. You know, my understanding is that he doesn't really plan drills. Laba bowls to the new batswoman. Henry turns across her. The loud appeal by the keeper, but keeper always appeal in 11 seconds, 10. They are going for it. She's confident that Henry have nicked off, and that would be 2-2, but the umpire did say not out. But as usual, he should definitely go. So he should definitely go, man. Definitely go. I think the women team is a very, very difficult team to coach. There's no doubt about it. And yesterday, let's watch it now. Very close to the bat. I don't think it touched the bat, you know. I don't think it touched the bat. You can't use that to determine that it touched the bat. You need ultra edge. So ultra edge coming up. It's very close to the bat, though. Yes, she's out. She's out. There's a spike there. She's out. She's gone. So Henry got a 1 ball after making an half century in the warm-up match against India. She now got a 1 ball here and she's out. So Laba is on a hat-trick here. Sean Diaz out. Sean Diaz must go. Cricket West Indies need to fire him today on the spot. 62 for 5. As Alia Alain comes to the crease. 62 for 5. He must be fired on the spot today. He's not coaching. You have not seen any improvement in these girls under the guidance of Sean Diaz. I know the female team is hard to coach, you know. It's hard to coach, you know. And Datin said it. Datin said it, you know. Datin said there's the right environment now. The environment is right, you know. And it's a hard team to coach, man, but you cannot allow the ladies to do as they like. Down the leg side, Ali Alain looks to sweep away, wide signal. It's going to run very close to the boundary. The fielder gives chase. She cannot pull it back 4 wide, plus the wide, 4 plus the wide, 5. So 5 added to the total there. And that was the hat-trick delivery. She looked to fire in a Yorker. She missed it down the leg side, and it goes all the way for 5. So 5 more to the total. 5 more to the total. Patrick Lambert is saying, who should be your next coach? I am available. Okay, Patrick Lambert. I will sure tell you when the advertisement is when they advertise for the next coach, because he should be going. This one is pitched up to Alain, who played it out into the covers, and a single. The score moves up to 68 for 5. And don't get me wrong, I'm gonna support the ladies. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not supporting this coach. I'm supporting the ladies, but I'm not supporting this coach. This coach must go. He has to go. This coach has to go. Full support for the ladies, but this coach has to go. I'm not supporting him. He's lazy. Absolutely lazy. I set up a leadership structure. And the ladies, the ladies are more or less in charge. Lazy. He needs to go and go now. Sharon Diaz must go. He must go. He must go back to Australia and leave West Indies cricket and go back to Australia. He must go. I don't have a problem with an Australian coach, but I have a problem with a lazy one, as that one was tucked away down back with a square leg by Stephanie Taylor for a single. She moves up to 17. The score is 70 for 5 after 12.2 overs. To me, if Patrick Lambert coaching the team, I don't have an issue. If someone from Mars coaching the team, I don't have an issue. Lou bowls to Alain, who tuck it into the inside, another single. The score moves up to 71 for 5 after 12.3 overs. If you're white, black, brown, pink, green, blue, and you're coaching the team, I don't have an issue. Lou bowls to Alain, Taylor should say, she's off the back foot and she pulls it down to cow corner. They're gone for 1. They are coming back for 2. They will get there comfortable. 73 for 5 after 12.4 overs. 73 for 5. Stephanie Taylor now, she's on 19. With her is Ali Alain. Lou over the wicket, bowls to Taylor. She is forward, plays it back down the inside of the pitch to the bowler who field, and there is no run. The score remains at 73 for 5. Taylor is at 19 from 16 deliveries. She's just definitely not. She's not 100% fit, So the 3 fielder on the deep, in the deep on the inside, as Lou comes in, bowl to Taylor, and she's off the back foot, and she pulled it down to long on to one of those fielders in the deep. So there's a long on, there's a deep mid wicket, and there's a deep backward square leg. She's definitely struggling. I think she has been struggling from ball 1. After 13 overs, West Indies 74 for 5. Who should be your next coach? I am available. I don't have any issue with that, Patrick Lambert. But one of the things that I don't support the coach. I don't support this coach. He must go. He must go. He's lazy. And that's my main reason for not supporting him. Because he's lazy. He's lazy. That's my main reason. Donald Popo, good morning to you. Good morning to you. It's a pleasure, man, having you here. I really look forward to the interaction. Stephen Roach is saying, as Laba comes in now, she bowls to Taylor, who's padded this away, down back with a square leg, and she will come back for 2, clearly struggling here. She moves up to 22 from 18 deliveries. Don't be surprised if Taylor do not take the field when the West Indies come out. She's clearly struggling. And I don't know why that the issue with Taylor cannot be fixed. It must be able to be fixed, man. 76 for 5. And she looks to sweep. Take it on the pad. It goes down to fine leg, and there is no run. Short fine leg. 76 for 5. You know, I'm just being told that whenever West Indies is lose, I get miserable. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it. Well, we don't know if they are going to lose anyhow. You know, 76 for 5 as Taylor played that down the offside of the pitch. The bowler skipped across and field. There is no run. The score remains at 76 for 5. 13.3 overs have been bowled thus far. This is the fourth delivery of over number 14. Lou comes in, bowled to Taylor. She cuts it away down to the field and the cover boundary for a single. One more to the total. It goes up to 77 for 5 in over number 14. 4 deliveries has been bowled thus far. Taylor is on 23. Alain is on 3. Taylor 23 from 21 deliveries. Sue bowled to Alain and she looks to power it. It got the bottom edge of the bat. Goes down to short. Third man. There is no run. The score remains at 77 for 5. Alain 3 from 4 deliveries. Taylor 23 from 21 deliveries. Laba in our third over, 3 for 17 just thus far. 1 delivery to come in our third over. She comes in, bowls to Alain, who goes deep in her crease and tucked it away through forward of square. They're gone for 1. They're going to come back for 2 as there's work for the fielder off the backward square leg boundary. And they got 2, 79 for 5 at the end of over number 14. Alain is on 5 and Taylor is on 23. Laba 3 overs, 3 for 19. So the latest score at Dubai, West Indies asked to take first strike by Sri Lanka. They are 79 for 5. I am sorry, but the West Indies women are so poor. I thought the men's team has poor batting technique, but these women are 100 times worse. Well, thank you for your comments, Stephen Roach. I appreciate the interaction, and I always respect each other's view. I respect the view. I respect each other's view, even if I don't agree, but I respect each other's view. And so I respect your comments, Stephen Roach. Tryon bowls to Taylor, who drives back down the offside of the pitch to the bowler, who field, and there is no run. So Tryon, 2.1 overs, none for 13. Hayley Matthews when caught behind as Tryon comes in now, bowls to Taylor. She's short, she cuts, cannot beat backward point. There is no run. The score is 79 for 5. 79 for 5. I see Hafley Fletcher pad up, but I think that I would have loved to see Zadia James coming ahead of her. Bowls to Taylor, who played it down to long on for a single. She's now on 24 from 24 deliveries. The score moves up to 80 for 5. 5.3 overs remaining in the West Indies innings. That's 33 deliveries. So if we get up to, I know we want to get to 120. I don't see us scoring 8 runs and over from here to get to 120. Ali Alain has to go berserk. It has to be one of her better day, and she's capable of doing that. Ali Alain is capable of hitting the ball away. Stephanie Taylor, 24 from 24 deliveries. I just think she's not at her fitness and at her fittest. Tryon, bowl to Alain, with this straight in the air, down the ground. She never timed it that quite well, though. They go through for a single. The score moves up now to 81 for 5. That dismissal of Chinel Henry first ball, and that is always likely to happen in cricket. You know, persons get first ball all the while. 81 for 5 at the end of 15. So persons get one ball in cricket all the while, and you don't blame. Sorry, two deliveries to come in over number 15. I keep on getting this wrong, you know, because I see the advertisement coming up. So there's something, seems like something in Stephanie Taylor eyes. And she's struggling because she's really asking the physio to hurry up. 81 for 5. Look at him. Every time I see him, he should go home. Look at him. That's Sean Diaz. Need to go home. Lazy. Lazy, lazy, lazy. Very lazy coach. He's doing nothing to improve West Indies women cricket. and I really hope the board is watching. But this Mile Bascom, why is Sean Diaz still the coach of the West Indies team? I'm prepared to answer that question at the next press conference. There are many questions that I have for Mile Bascom, but this will be the first one. Why is Sean Diaz still the coach of the West Indies team? He's lazy. Why is it more or less the women are dictating what they do? Why? Stephen Roach is saying, let's watch until the end of the over. Action resumes. As Lou bowls the try and should say bowl an arm ball to Stephanie Taylor, but she picked it and played it out into the covers for a single. She moves up to 25. The score is now 82 for 5 in over number 15. One delivery to come. No doubt Stephanie Taylor is West Indies' best batswoman, but best batswoman at this time. Comes in now, bowls to Alain, and Alain drives down to long off for a single. These two are batting well, 83 for 5 after 15 overs. Taylor is on 25, Alain is on 7. Canberra was playing the ball as if they were grenades. Canberra was hitting the ball so hard it almost came off the square. But this is a Canberra always looks that way when she's batting, But somehow she always seemed to be able to score her 30s, her 40s. Not a lot of half centuries, but she's a busy little player. She always gives the impression that the bat is too heavy for her. But she's a busy little player. She's a good little wicket keeper. And over this last 6 to 8 months, Canberra has been one of our more consistent batswomen. Apart from the captain, Hayley Matthews, Canberra would probably our second leading run scorer. Labada comes into a lane after back foot, hit it to cover, and she's out. So the 6th wicket gone down, Alia Alain. And, just as I said that she's probably one of the person who can really get us up to 120, she's gone. She's one of the batswomen who can really clear the rope. And of all those who left to come, I do not see anyone who is capable of clearing the rope. It was a low catch, but I think it's a clean catch. They're going to check it though, but I think it's a clean catch. And so, again, our 2 power hitters gone. Alia Alain for 7 from 8 deliveries. And Chanel Henry, she got a 1-ball duck. She got a golden duck. And we are 83 for 6 after 15.1 overs with Hayley Matthews on 25. Not Hayley Matthews, Stephanie Taylor on 25 from 25. So Stephen Roach, I was making the point that Sherman Canberra always give the impression that the bat is too heavy for her. But despite that, since the start of the year, she is in the top 2 West Indies batswomen when it comes to consistency. So that's the way she looks, but she has been performing well. Over the wickets come Labada bowls to Zayda James, who tucked this into the inside. They go through for a single. It's now 84 for 6. So South Africa playing 3 left-arm spinner in this match. 3 left-arm spinner. Do you think the West Indies will make 100? Yes, I do. Patrick Lambert said, why did you call big boys replace Walsh with someone who is not better than him? That's a question. That's Stephanie Taylor played this down the ground for 26. Now, if you're listening to the show yesterday, and I don't have any comment on what I'm going to do, but I'm going to show you Some remarks from Dutton at the end of the over. Labada bowls to Zayda James, who swings at it, got the bottom edge. It trickled out to the edge of the circle at mid-wicket. They go through for a singer. The score goes up now to 86 for 6 as Stephanie Taylor comes back into strike. 86 for 6. So the West Indies have struggled once again with the early departure of Matthews. Down the pitch comes Stephanie Taylor and plays a lovely shot over long off for 6. Oh, that was so sweet, Stephanie Taylor. Oh, what a beauty. She used her feet down the pitch and hit Labada straight over long off for 6. It was clean as a whistle. Wow. What a shot by West Indies number 1 batswoman. She just came down the pitch and hit it dead over long off. Not dead straight, but over long off for a beautiful, magnificent 6. What a shot. And that's the second beautiful shot that she had played in this innings thus far. Labada bowled to Stephanie Taylor, who's off the back foot, and she cuts it to the fielder at long extra cover. It bunks to her, which allows the batswoman to go through for a single. The score is 93 for 6. Taylor is on 33 of 28 deliveries. That was the second shot that Stephanie Taylor played in this innings that I just have to admire. Earlier in her innings, she played a lovely on drive. You know, it practically brushed the stump at the other. It didn't touch it, but it was so close to it. No one moved. It was perfection at its best. And just now there, if you saw that shot, it was another perfect shot. Patrick Lambert. You know, boy, I am told not to go there, and it might cause too much controversy. But Patrick Lambert, probably, let's put it this way, Walsh wasn't creating the environment that the women required. So Cap back into the attack for a final over, bowls short to Taylor, who plays this away down to the field on the cover boundary. She moves up now to 34, and the West Indies 94 for 6. So Labada 4 for 29 from her 4 overs. 4 for 29. Laba 4 for 29. I wish Enver was here to help me with the pronouncement of these names. Patrick Lambert said, I believe they will score more than 100. Yes, well, at this stage, I definitely expect them to do so. So James is it now. Bowls to James, and James whip this away in the air, through mid-wicket, down to the fielder coming off the mid-wicket boundary for a single. The score moves up to 95 for 6 with 3.4 overs remaining. So James is on 3 from 3. Taylor is on 34 from 29. Cap in her final over, 2 for 13 from 3.3 overs. A lot of left arm spin. What I'm interested in is, did the South African, let's watch Cap. She comes in, bowl to Taylor, and Taylor played it back down the inside of the pitch to the bowler, and there is no run. There are a lot of South African at the women's CPL. And I think from the CPL, the South African went back home and said, left arm spin is the way to go against the West Indies. And they are playing 3 of them in this match. And those are the bowlers who have been doing the damage, restricting the run rate. Cap bowls to Taylor, slow deliver, short, outside the off stump. She cuts it to backward point, cannot beat the fielder. The score remains at 95 for 6. That's the theory. What do you think about it? That after the women's CPL and they went back home, they said to their cricket association, left arm spin is the way to go against the West Indies. And that's why they are playing 3 of them this morning. Cap on her way now, bowls to Taylor would driven that back down the pitch. The bowler field and her follow through, and there's no run. The score remains at 95 for 6. And Taylor there, despite that's a good clean strike, but she never found the gap. The ball went straight back to the bowler. The score remains at 95 for 6. Hayley Matthews today not really troubling the score as of such. I think she made what, 10? Or I soon tell you how many Hayley Matthews made it. It's not coming to me now. Bowl to Taylor, who tucked this away down behind square for a singer. She moves up to 35, 96 for 6 after 17 overs. Hayley Matthews went for 10. Quiana Joseph for 4. Stephanie Taylor is not out, 35. Dottin went for 13, 3 fours from 11 deliveries. Canberra went for 17 from 21 deliveries. Chinel Henry made naught. Alia Alain made 7. Zayda James is not out, 3. West Indies 96 for 4. The batswomen to come, Afli Fletcher, Charisma Ramarat, and Shamila Connell. Those are the batswomen to come. So after 17 overs, West Indies are 96 for 6. After 17 overs, Taylor is on 35 from 33 deliveries, and James is on 3. So if you have a bowler that is a threat, driven in the air, down towards long off for a single, so they have a short third man, a backward pointer cover, and then they have a sweep on the boundary behind those 4. They have an extra cover, and they have a long off. So the 4 in the inner circle, it's a short third man, backward point cover, extra cover. Those 4 are in the inner circle on the offside. Then they have a sweep on the cover boundary, and then they have a long off. So they only have 3 on the onside to Stephanie Taylor, and they are bowling outside the off stump to her. Well, the South African physio is on her way onto the field again. There seems to be some trouble. For a moment, I was going to say, what kind of shoes is that? But then I realized that is a socks. I was wondering, what is that she's playing cricket in? That's why she's having an ankle problem. But then I realized it's barely the socks. If you have a bowler that is a threat, isn't it better to play them out by safely rotating the strike? Why do you have to try and hit every ball for 4 when you don't even hit the ball off the square? It's positive. That's what Sean Diaz said. Sean Diaz said we are creating a positive mindset in the players. I understand what you're saying, Stephen Roach, but if you are referring to Canberra, she made 17, and I think her 17 is the second highest score in the match, apart from Stephanie Taylor. And that's what I'm saying, Stephen Roach, that Canberra, she always looks this way when she's batting, but she's always Marcus, she averaged in the teens. She averaged, I probably think of 15 or 16 or something like that. She averages in the teens. And most West Indies batswomen average in the teens. We have 3 batswomen who average in the 20s. Hayley Matthews, who I think averaged 25, Deandra Dottin 26, and Stephanie Taylor 35. Those are the 3. The others average in the teens. Some of them average single figures. Some of them don't average 10. So we know the team is not good, but I'm saying that Canberra always looks that way, and she has been one of our most consistent batswomen this year. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, Stephen Roach. I'm not. Bowl to James over the top. Lovely shot down to the boundary for 4 by Zayda James. So that was pitched up in her arc, and she hit it away over cover down to the boundary for 4. So Kaka, although bowling fast, was pitched up, and Zayda James into the drive brings up the West Indies 101 for 6. So can we get another 19 off these remaining 17 deliveries? We should be able to do that, man. And should be able to get, let's watch, Kaka bowls to James and drives, misses, through to the keeper, and there is no run. The score is 101 for 6. Taylor is on 36 from 34 deliveries. James is on 7 from 5 deliveries. We're struggling now, said Carlton Heyman. Yes, we definitely are, Kaka bowls to James. She waited it and pulled it in the air. Dropped just inside the circle. They comes in the fielder off the mid-wicket boundary. They go through for a singer. The score moves up to 102. So Stephen Roach, I understand what you are saying, but I'm just, I don't want to leave it there. It would be unfair. I have to give justice to the young lady. But as I said, she always looked like the bat is heavier than her. Kaka comes in, bowls to Stephanie Taylor, gave herself room. Kaka followed her, she dug it out, there's no run. The score remains at 102 for 6. So, Stephen, you are telling me, Mr. Brown, that there's not 12 women in the whole of the West Indies that can play better? Well, I think I explained that previously. Kaka bowled to Stephanie Taylor, who played this down to mid-wicket, and there is no run. The score, there's a single, deep mid-wicket, 103 for 6 at the end of 18 overs. Taylor is on 37, James is on 8. And Paul is saying, there must be more collaboration between the West Indies women camp and the men camp so they can share technical advice and advance their game. Paul, I got what you are saying, and on the face of it, but when you look at the intricacies, there's a lot of intricacies surrounding the women team, a lot of intricacy, and they keep them apart. They keep them apart, and it's not necessary for them to play together. As Tryon comes in, bowls to Taylor, who pull this away down to long on for a single. The score moves up to 104. I don't think you necessarily need the male team with the female team for technical advice to share. And I know where you're going. I understand where you're going, but I don't think it's necessarily. And I can see the benefit. I can see the benefits of that happening, but I don't think it's necessary. James looked to pull, taken on her body. There's no run, 104 for 6 after 18.2 overs. No, James, just tuck the ball away and give Taylor the strike. Please, just tuck the ball away, give Taylor the strike. Try and bowl to James, he swings, misses, goes through to the keeper, and there is no run. And this is what I'm calling now is game awareness. Tuck the ball away and give the better batswoman the strike. Just get a singer. Bowls to James, and James down the pitch. She drives wide off long off. The fielder circle to her right, sends the return in single, 105 for 6. 2 delivers to coming over number 19. Taylor is on 38. James is on 9. Let's watch Tryon now. Round the wicket to bowl to Stephanie Taylor. Full toss, and she hit this away down to the boundary for 4. Tuck the ball away and give Taylor the strike. She moves up to 42 from 38 deliveries, 109 for 6, 1 delivery to coming over number 19. She can get out of the next ball, but your best opportunity is for Taylor to be on strike. If she get out, so be it. But why have her there and she's not on strike? Try and bowl to Taylor, down the pitch, drive straight to the field, that extra cover, oh my Lord. That was a pleasant, pleasing drive, but it went straight to the fielder. Just to her left or to her right, it would be dollar. But nonetheless, it went straight to her. And after 19 overs, the West Indies asked to bat first by South Africa, 109 for 6 with Taylor. She's on 42 from 39 deliveries. With her, Zayda James, 9 from 9 deliveries. So yes, Sir Kirk Paul, I understand what you're saying, and I can see the benefits of that happening, but I do not think it is necessarily has to happen for that benefit to take place. And the dynamics surrounding the women team, it's not something that I would recommend right now. And I think, though, at this time, the first thing that we need to do, I'm not talking about grassroots cricket here. There's a lot to talk about that. There's a lot. That is very poor. As the clerk comes into Zayda James, who look to flick it into the onside, taken on the pad, it goes out into the offside. They go through for a run, 109 for 6. Was that leg by Or did she get an edge to it? 110 now for 6. It was leg by. Taylor on 42 from 39 delivery comes into strike. 110 for 6. Can we get 10 more of these 9 deliveries? I recall earlier when we were 80 for 5, I said that I don't think we can get up to 120. But Alia Alain is someone who can hit the ball over the rope and get us close to there. But Alain is out. But Stephanie Taylor is really doing a good job. Really, really doing a good job. Despite definitely seem to be injured. Clerk bowls to Taylor. She drives. Mistime the Yorker goes back down the pitch. She comes through for a single. The return comes in at the wicket keeper's end. But Zayda James got out 111 for 6. Got home 111 for 6 after 19.2 overs. Stephanie Taylor is on 43. She's clearly injured enough. And that's why even the 6 that she hit surprised me. She's clearly not 100% fit. Should have been out if that hit, Zayda James would have been run out if that hit. Nonetheless, she's on strike, and we are depending on her to minimum get a single, preferably a 4. The Clerk round the wicket to James. She pull it high in the air. It's going to drop in no man's land as the fielder from mid-off came across and the fielder from long on came in, but it dropped just at the edge of the circle where a mid-on would have been. They go through for a single. 112 for 6. Can Taylor bring up her 50? If Taylor get 50, that would be 7. And 7 on 112 would be 119. The Clerk bowl to Taylor down the pitch, hit it over the top, down towards long off on the bunks. One more run, 44. She is 113 for 6. Over to you, Zayda James. Minimum a single, but can you hit one of those 4s? Not discrediting Zayda James, but just my analysis of it. I'll be surprised if Zayda James can really hit a 6. I hope she surprised me pleasantly, but I'll be surprised. Round the wicket, bowls to James. She flashes this away, down towards cover into the boundary for 4. Well played, Zayda James. Oh, she flashes it away over the top, down towards the boundary for 4. 117 for 6. She moves up to 14. So it was a full toss, and she flashes it away over the top, down to the boundary for 4. Lovely shot. Carlton Emanson, come on, ladies. Come on, ladies. Come on, ladies. Yes, Carlton Eman. See, we must have seen you play this shot before. She must have seen you played the shot before. Okay. Yes, 120 is on the card. Ball to James, and she hit this down towards long on. The bowler got a hand to it. For a moment there, they're coming back for 2. No, they stopped. 118 for 6 after 20 overs. Not bad, though. Good effort here by Stephanie Taylor. Good effort by Zayda James. So 118 for 6 off 20 overs. South Africa winning the toss, asked West Indies to bat. And Hayley Matthews was the first to go, caught behind off the bowling of Cup for 10 from 11 deliveries. She hit 2 4s. Then Quiana Joseph was bowled by Labar for 4 or off stump knockback as the ball turning and beat the inside edge. And it was not the inside edge. She played down the wrong line. It was the outside edge. Deandra Dratton was the next to go. She played a cavalier back foot drive and was caught by the South African captain in the covers for 13 off 11 deliveries. If you remember, Jeffrey Dujan just off the back foot playing the ball at the top of the bunks, down towards backward point for 4. It was a similar shot like that Deandra Dratton attempted, but nonetheless, it went straight to the captain at cover and she was out. Then Sherwin Campbell was bowled by Laba for 17 from 21 deliveries, 1-4. She put on a nice little partnership with Stephanie Taylor. They added Stephanie Taylor. Yes, they added 30 for the 4th wicket and give the West Indies batting some stability there. Then Chinel Henry got a golden duck as one pitch on the off stump, turn across her. She prod forward, took the edge. The umpire originally said not out. It took the edge. The keeper took the catch and reviewed showed that she got an edge and she was out. And then Alia Alain was caught by Brits off Laba for 7 from 8 deliveries. In the end, Zayda James not out 15 from 13 deliveries, 2-4. Good looking up by Zayda James. I did think though that she should have turned over the strike more to to Stephanie Taylor. There was a lot of ball that she swings and misses at, but nonetheless, she made 15 from 13 deliveries, which made her the third highest scorer in the West Indies innings. So Stephanie Taylor, she knocked out on 44 from 41 deliveries, 2 fours and 1 6, and that 6 was a splendid. She used her feet, get to the pitch, and just hit it away over long off for 6. But earlier in her innings, she played a magnificent on-drive through mid-on for 4, no fielder move. She knocked out on 44 from 41 deliveries. West Indies 118 for 6. Remind you that yesterday morning, Bangladesh made 116 and beat Scotland. Later in the day, Pakistan made 119 and beat Sri Lanka. So I think match on. I definitely think match on. Bowling for South Africa, Cap 4 overs, no maiden, 2 for 14. Kaka, 3 overs, 1 maiden, none for 12. Lababa, 4 overs, no maiden, 4 for 29. She was a pick of the bowlers. Tryon, 4 overs, no maiden, none for 23. De Klerk, 2 overs, no maiden, none for 14. Jerkson, 1 over, no maiden, none for 14. And Lou, 2 overs, no maiden, none for 11, as they used 3 left-arm orthodox spinners against the West Indies. And I asked the question, was that a take-home from the women's CPL when there were so many South Africans here? And did they take that home? So, yes, we never quite get to 120, but we got very close to it. I think it is defendable, Fernandez. I really thank you for being here this morning. So, Mr. Brown, I am scoring 20s and 30s. Wouldn't you want to see what the batters who are scoring hundreds are doing? Stephen Roach, but I'm going to make this simple, and I hope you understand what I'm saying. I agree that West Indies women cricket is poor. Can they do better? I have not seen any improvement since this coach took over. Alia Lane have improved, but how much of that is down to the coach, I don't know. Right? Maybe she's flourishing in the environment that the coach has established. But you don't want only one player to improve. You want the team to improve as a collective. So I'm saying, yes, I want them to score 200, 300, but they can't do it. So Patrick Lambert, Roach, if I were you and knew them, I would have called out their names. Michael Douglas, welcome to the show, man. Good to have you here. I like Camber. She might bat slow sometimes, but she always seems to dig in and fight. Just sad she don't have the strength to hit the ball further. Yes, true. I wish she had the strength to hit the ball further. As I said, it appears that the bat is always too heavy for her. Yes, Michael. Hi, Carlton. Sean needs to put the hard work because we have got talent. He must be fired. Sean Diaz must be fired. Stephen Roach is saying, Mr. Brown, cricket is a very simple game, but the West Indies seems to want to play the game as if it is algebra. All right. Bro, you said the South African took back home that left arm spin is the way to go to get the West Indies. Both of our teams can share similar info like this. Yeah, definitely, Paul. Yeah. I agree with you, Paul, that sharing of knowledge is good. I agree with you, but I'm saying that, one, I don't think that it can possible that they camp together. Even if one stay in another hotel and one set stay in another hotel. I don't think the dynamics and the environment allows that to happen. It's far more complicated than that, Paul. And just think that there are things that I can say that I know, but it's far more complicated than that. It's not going to happen. But I agree with you that sharing of knowledge is very important. I agree with that. But I don't think it has to be. And I do think that they share knowledge. It's one West Indies, It's one West Indies. So I agree with you, but I don't think they have to necessarily come together. There's a second point that I wanted to make on it, but it slipped me. A workable score. Let's back the bowlers up now. Yes, Carlton Aman, I believe so. And Mikel is saying runs on the board is runs on the board. This bowling attack can defend this total. Yes, Mikel, and Mikel Douglas, which is different from Mikel, don't understand the tactical decision of batting Datin at 4. Mikel is also saying Datin needs to open to maximize the power play. She's more dangerous in the power play. I hear what you say, Mikel. That is your view. That is your opinion. I respect it. But what about the counter argument is that she got out. She got out and she got out in the power play. You know, so didn't she get out in the power play? Datin got out in over number, well, she got out 6.5 over, so it's 1 over after the power play, but she was batting in the power play, and they're going to say that she got out. She never bat to the end of the innings, and so then where she bat doesn't matter because she got out, you know, and that's the nature of cricket. That's always going to be the counter. While they're on the drinks break, on the innings break, I'm just going to put up the prize money chart on the screen so that we can see it. This is a prize money chart I'm putting on the screen so we can see the prize money chart, and then I'll play some music in the background. So here is the prize money chart, and that's all the breakdown. That's the breakdown of the prize money. So even if you win, if West Indies women win today, they get $31,154 US dollars for just winning this match today. Wow, I think that can pay the entire team. That I don't think West Indies budget to pay the team for the month comes up to 31,000. So that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. But I'll see you in 10 minutes, please. So after 1 over, the South Africans, they are 9 without loss. Zayda James is going to pick up the attack now. The left-arm orthodox spinner. I would have preferred to see Quiana Joseph, but nonetheless, James made a good 15, and this is one of the things that I think is a good move. She should have felt good about herself, and she would have taken that now over into her bowling. James round the wicket bowls to Wolvaardt, who plays it back down to James. Straight to her, she misfield. The signal dead ball, the umpire signal dead ball and called for the physio. What happened there? It hit her in her mouth? Oh my God. I hope she's okay, you know. Come on, physio, run. You don't see how the South African physio, she got out there in a flash. Wow. So it was it back to Zayda James. On the bounce, straight back to her. She tried to take it here. With the reverse cup, it hit her hand and then hit her in her mouth. Very unfortunate. She's in some trouble here, you know. She's really in pain. Wow. It cut, you know, there's blood there. There's a look of blood there. Why is the cameraman showing? I don't want to see all of that, you know. It's like, you know, you don't need, well, they're not showing it now. So 10 without loss. So Jade, and I was making the point that although I was expecting Quiana Joseph to start, I'm happy to see that Zayda James starts. I think the West Indies is saying that spin did it, the left arm spin did it when the South African batted, so we are going with left arm spin. Zayda James, Quiana Joseph bowl left arm spin too. But Zayda James was left not out on 15 from 13 deliveries. So she would have feel good about herself. And, you know, so you give her the ball and said, you know, James, today might be your day, you know. Let's see what will happen. So I don't have an issue with that. So Stephen Rhodes said, West Indies women cricket is very poor. We only have a few good players and we don't have the exposure as the other team. Yes, I want the team to do well, but the team is made of individuals. If you are preparing to the best of your ability, and I'm doing the same when we come together, we will perform a lot better. Yeah, of course, yes. But the team is also, yes. Checking in, big up Cricket Forum. Thank you, Lensley Blake. Welcome. I appreciate that you are here. Glad to have you here. So she's going off. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Wow. I hope she's okay, you know. I hope it hasn't knocked out a tooth. Definitely hope it doesn't. It has not. So Quiana Joseph to take up the bowling, and it sort of it shook me up, man. I never like to see that, you know, and I never, especially when, you know, when the incident is like that. Joseph round the wicket bowls to Brits, who played it to Medawan, and there is no run. The score remains at 10 without loss. She's crying, and she's in some pain here. Don't show the girl crying, man. You don't need to show that, producer. You don't need to show that. Quiana Joseph bowled short to Brits, who played it away down to the field and the cover boundary for a single. The score moves up to 11 without loss. We don't need to see that. We don't need to see that any at all. 11 without loss as Joseph comes in now. Bowl to Wolvaardt, short. She pulls it away, down back with a square leg for 4. And Alia Lane just jog across. She I don't know if she was at full speed running before I saw her, but when I saw her, she was just jogging. So it was shot by Quiana Joseph and was pulled away by Wolvaardt, the South African captain. And we have to get her out and get her out quickly. Joseph ball to Wolvaardt and she drives straight to the field at the edge of the circle. Is that Shadi Nation? Who is she on the field for? Is she the substitute? That looks to be Shadi Nation. She's not in the playing 11. So Quiana Joseph comes into Wolvaardt and she's off the back foot. Played it again. Yes, it is Nation. Oh, she's on the field for Zayda James. The score is now 15 without loss after 2 overs. And you look at the South African batting and immediately they just look like they can hit the ball harder than our girls, don't? Or she's probably on the field for Stephanie Taylor. So Wolvaardt, you have to get her early. 10 from 8 delivers is her. 15 without loss after 2 overs. In comparison, West Indies were 11 without loss after 2 overs. So we have to get her early. So Chanel Henry, her first over went for 9. Some lovely cover drives were played off her by Wolvaardt. So she's about to move in now. Over the wicket, bowl short, pulled away by Brits. Down back with a square leg, straight to the fielder. That's Nation, sends the return in on the bounce to Camber. The score moves up to 16 without loss. And clearly, she's on the field for Stephanie Taylor. I saw I think Claxton. I saw Claxton on the field, so she's probably there for Zayda James. Henry goes to Wolvaardt, short, pulled again, wide off mid-on, it will run away for 4. So Quiana Joseph came, Shamila Connell came to her right, dived, mistimed the dive, it passed her and it goes down to long on for 4, 20 without loss. After 2.2 overs, short by Chanel Henry, it was a nothing delivery. She need to pitch up the ball. Connell should have done better at mid-on. It went away for 4, but she need to pitch up the ball. I think those drive that they played off her in the first over, and that's why she's going back off a length, but she's too short. Henry to Wolvaardt, up balls to Wolvaardt, short again, cut away into the cover, stop this time. There is no run. The score is 20 without loss after 2.3 overs. And I was making the point, it just looks like the South African can hit the ball harder than us. They just look stronger than us. So good work there by the field at backward point. Was that the captain? Yes, it was the captain, Matthews. Henry. Over the wicket to bowl to Wolvaardt. She's up, Bolter's South African captain who whipped this away in the gap between mid-wicket and mid-on. Connell gave chase, she stopped it and they come back for 2. The return comes in, but the batswomen are comfortable home. 22 without loss after 2.4 overs. The target for South Africa is 119. So they're off to a good start here. We could see a early finish today at the rate that the South Africans are going right now. They could finish this in 10 overs. I doubt that though. Matthews is going to come on and bowl well. And also Ramarak, as Henry pitched up, driven into the offside field, no run. The score remains at 22 without loss. We have some good bowlers in a Ramarak. Ali Alain has been bowling well. The captain, And that's why I would have gone with another batswoman instead of Connell. Because I don't really think that we really need Connell in this team. They were stacked with bowlers. Affy Fletcher. Henry bowls to Wolvaardt, who places in the air. Oh, drop. It didn't quite carry to her, but again, another poor effort there at mid-on from Connell, and it runs away for 4 and return away in this gust, 26 without loss. Look at this now. Oh my Lord. Wow. She didn't make the effort, and come on, Connell, come on. Hope she take the next catch, but that was not good at all. I am sure that if it was a South African fielding, even if the chance was dropped, they would have got the hands to it. I'm sure about that. Connell never got any hands to it at all. And Matthews is coming on to bowl now. She's going to bowl the fourth over, and the game just starts. So here is Hayley Matthews now. She's going to come into the attack to bowl. And she's going to bowl to Brits. And we need a big spell from our captain. I saw in the World Cup in Trinidad, Johnson Charles dropped two chances. He floored two chances. Matthews over the wicket bowls to Brits, and Brits bowled. Oh, it misses. For a moment I thought she was bowled, and the keeper failed to collect, and it runs away down towards fine leg, and they come back for 3 byes. Oh, how did that not hit? For a moment I thought she was bowled. It pitched up the half break, turned through the gap, and it misses everything, and it missed the key. Oh, look at that. You can understand why I said that she was bowled. If you're watching, you can understand. Lucky. Well bowled, Matthews. 28 without loss. Matthews comes in, bowled to Brick, down the pitch, chipped it in the air. Misfield again at backward square leg. Connell is the one who's going to give chase. She lumbered after it, and she reached it now, sends the return in, and they come back for 230 without loss in over number 3.2. So I saw Johnson Charles drop those 2 catches. And what did the Trinidad and Tobago spectators did? They clapped him, they supported him, they give him the lift, they cheer him on, because they know that they want the next one that comes to him, or the next ball that come to him, that he fielded. And so they have to build him up, they have to cheer him up, and they have to lift him up back. And so that is what we have to do when our players. Matthews bowled to Brits, who clipped this away through mid-wicket, down towards the fielder coming off the mid-wicket boundary. That's Alain, sends in the return 31 without loss. At the end of the match, of course, you have to critique who is to be critiqued. Yes, of course. If they have not done well, you have to critique who is to be critiqued. But you have to support them throughout the match, and that's the nature of it. So Connell not really feeling well there, as Matthews come round the wicket, ball to Wolvaardt, who played it to square leg, and there is no run. So she has been poor in the field, but we must call it out. If she's poor, she's poor. But at the same time, we want to support her and hope that the next ball that come to her, she stopped it, or if it's a chance that she hold on to it. Matthews round the wicket, ball to Wolvaardt, who turned this away down to the field at short mid-wicket. Big effort there as the fielder dive across. That is dotting, electrifying in the crease. She said she's still the world boss. I am still the world boss of the women game. Look at her move across and dive. Brilliant from dotting there. Electrifying. So 5 runs from this over thus far. The 2 leg by and plus 3 runs. Matthews bowled to Wolvaardt, who played it back down the onside of the pitch to the West Indies captain. 31 without loss at the end of over number 4. 3 runs came off the bat and 2 leg by. Wolvaardt is on 20. Brits is on 9. Matthews 1 over, none for 3. Stephen Roach say, we can't bat, bowl, or field. And they tell me West Indies women cricket is going in the right direction. You didn't hear that from me, Stephen Roach, because one of the things that you have heard, if you were here earlier, one of the things that I said earlier is that the coach Sean Diaz is lazy and he must go. And you would have heard me saying, even at the top of the broadcast, he needs to be fired today. So I hope it's not me you're talking, but we have some talent there. We have to support what we have in Stephen Roach. We want them to be better. We know that they are not at the standard that we want. They are way below that. And I said it that I've not seen the improvement. But we have to support. Ramarat bowls to Brits who play this to mid-on and there is no run. So I think that if anyone tells you that the team is going in the right direction, it's not the truth. And that's why, to be frank, Hayley Matthews said this is the best team since 2016. I don't agree with her. Ramarat bowls to Brit who played it to mid-on and there is no run. I don't. I definitely don't agree with her. I don't agree with the coach well, maybe it's a coach you're listening to that did he say the team is improving, or he said that the environment is improving, the atmosphere? I need to listen back to the interview. Ramarat bowls to Brit. Again, similar, played it to mid-on and there is no run. So 3 consecutive deliveries. All 3 played to mid-on, and Ramarat here just continuing from the 2022 World Cup. She was very good at the 2022 World Cup. Charisma over the pitch, ball to Brit, down the pitch, drive it in the air, past the ball, I would dive to her left, and it goes down to the field that mid-off. They go through for a single. Did she get a hand to it though? But it passed her in the air. Let's watch the replay as Brit comes down. No, she never got a hand to it. It was just out of her reach. It goes down to mid-off. They go through for a single. The score is 32 without loss. So here comes now Ramarat to bowl to the South African captain, Wolvaardt. She's really a top batswoman. Ramarat over the wicket comes in, bowl to Wolvaardt, down the leg side. She swept at it, beat backward square leg, it runs away into the boundary for 4. So down the leg side, and she just swept it away, down backward a square leg for 4. Lovely shot. The score moves up to 36 without loss after 4.5 overs. So the team as a collective, Stephen Roach, is not what we expect. But we have some world-class player on the team. You know, there's no doubt about the class of Matthews, no doubt about the class of Taylor and Dutton. Ramarat bowl to Wolvaardt, look to drive, taken on the pad, goes out to backward point, and there's no run. The score at the end of over number 5, 36 without loss. 5 coming from that over, not bad from Ramarat. So 2 good overs, 5 from each. 3 off the bat in Hayley Matthews over and 2 leg by. So 2 good back-to-back over, 36 without loss. Isn't that good bowling that we are seeing now, Stephen Roach? And again, don't mistook that statement for saying that the team as a collective is good. But we have some good players, especially we have Ramarat has bowled well at the last World Cup. She continues to bowl well from then. We all know that Hayley Matthews is a world-class all-rounder. You know, we know Stephanie Taylor is good. We know Deandra Dutton is good. So there are some good players. I agree. We have seen signs that Zayda James, the investment probably seems to be paying off now. And look at that idiot right in front of the side screen and doesn't know that he's to move. 36 without loss after 5 overs. Carlton Heyman said, we are poor in the field, buckle up. But did you see that stuff from Dutton? Matthews bowl to Brit, high in the air, down towards long on. The fielder comes in, that's Chanel Henry, and she just allowed it to drop in front of her. She never went to the catch for the catch. She'd sure have gone for the catch. I don't know. I don't see enough of it to know that if she just didn't get there. Did she pull up too early? She should have dived forward, you know. We are not getting the effort, but again, it's the environment, isn't it? Matthews round the wicket, bowls to Wolvaardt, who played this through mid-on. Diving effort by Dutton, goes down to Henry. Another single, the score moves up to 38 without loss. So that's the sort of environment that the team has. 38 without loss. Matthews over the wicket, bowls to Brit, who's off the back foot, strokes it to the field that Kriana Joseph at extra cover. There is no run. The score remains at 38 without loss. Michael Douglas has said, come on, girls. 1 wicket brings 2. That's so true. That is so true. 38 without loss. Matthews, over the wicket, bowls to Britt. Clip this away, off her toes to the fielder at mid-on, and there is no run. The score remains at 38 without loss. 2 to come in the power play. 5.4 overs have been bowled. Matthews is it in her second over. None for 5 off 1.4. She bowls to Britt. Britt, who is an 11 from 15. She's in, tossed it up. Britt play this away. To the right of mid-on, they go through for a single. Dottin overrun it. Will they come back for 2? No, they're second and 1. So the score moves up to 39 without loss, with 1 delivery to coming over number 6. Matthews, 1.5 overs, none for 6. She came in sharply there. It hit her, she just overrun it there just now. Wolvaardt is on 25. She comes into strike from 19 deliveries. Britt is on 12 from 16 deliveries, 39 without loss in over number 5. Matthews round the wicket, bowls to Wolvaardt, turn this away, through mid-on, wide of Dottin. The fielder cannot get there, 4 runs. She never made an effort. Who is that? Who's that fielder? She just jogged at the damn ball. Who is that fielder? We need to see that fielder. Look at this effort from that fielder as it played away through mid-wicket. Look at her. At no time was she in a full sprint. This is hard to watch, man. And Hayley Matthews is telling us that this is the best team since 2016. This is the best West Indies women team since 2016, the captain said. The year that we won the World Cup. We have been to 2 semi-finals since we won the World Cup. And this team, they are not putting in the effort. We can lose, of course. But where's the effort, man? Where's the effort? You might not be good. As Stephen Rhodes said, you might can't bat. You might can't bowl. You might can't feel. But Lord, man, show some effort. Run after the damn ball, man. Stephen is saying, you listen to the interview after this match today, and they will tell you about their improvements and going in the right direction. I think Matthews is overrated. So Fletcher, they call her mum up, bowl to Brits, who played it away down to the field and the cover boundary. And there is a single. Well, yeah, I always said, Stephen Roach, you're entitled to your opinion. I don't think Matthews is overrated. The numbers show that she's a world-class player, one of the very best in the present game. So, if Matthews, Fletcher bowls to Wolvaardt and turn that into the long on region for a single, the score moves up to 45 without loss. So, you're entitled to your opinion, Stephen Roach. You do, and I always respect person's opinion. But opinion must comes with accountability. A Fletcher bowl to Brits outside the off stump. She cuts it away. Down to backward point. You're going to run very close to the boundary. Diving effort by the fielder there. Who's that fielder? Sends the return in. Is it Claxton? It could be Claxton. She made a good effort. They're going to do some boundary check here. And yes, she was the one who jogged off the ball previously. At least this time, somehow she got to it. You know? And let's see. Good effort there. Well, she pulled it back in. Good effort. Better effort this time. Better effort. Fletcher comes in now. Bowl to Wolvaardt. Short. She cuts it away. Down again towards that field and the cover boundary. That's Claxton. She's going to send the return in now. The score moves up now to 49 without loss. And I think she got a talk to after that previous delivery that she just jogged off, after. I think she got to talk to, because you see a different effort there from her on this occasion. So that is good. Somebody gave it to her. Forcing shot off the back foot down to the field, again on the cover boundary. So she worked a lot in this over. She's breathing very heavily. She lobbed the return in, another single, 50 without loss after 6.5 overs. One to come in over number 7. Wolvaardt is on 31 from 32 deliveries. Brits is on 17 from 9 deliveries. Fletcher have conceded 7. She bowled short to Wolvaardt, who pulled this away down to long on for a single. 51 without loss at the end of over number 7. Wolvaardt is on 32. Brits is on 17. South Africa, 51 without loss. They need a further 68 to win from 78 deliveries. So Stephen Roach, you are entitled to your opinion. I respect person's opinions. However, I think your opinions must come with some accountability. To say Hayley Matthews is overrated, I can't share that view any at all. Hayley Matthews' performances, which are reflected in her numbers, is one of the best in the world. One of the best. So if Hayley Matthews is overrated, who is it in your book that is not overrated? If Hayley Matthews is overrated, Stephen Roach, and you're entitled to your opinion, and you may well be right, but tell me 5 players who are better than Hayley Matthews. 5. Envoy, welcome, man. I know you're going to be here, Envoy. Your team is winning, and you are going to be happy to be here. Hello, welcome to you too, Envoy. Just tune in the cricket forum. Can you please summarize who's been the key performance? Well, Laba, the left arm spinner, she took 4 for 29. I think the M is silent. You can tell me. Her name spelled MLABA. I think the M is silent. She took 4 for 29. She was the outstanding bowler. Try and bowler 4 overs for 24 runs. She never got any wickets. Cap got 2 wickets. On the West Indies side, Stephanie Taylor made 44. And there were 17 from Camber, 15 from Zadia James. Zadia James have been injured since. Unfortunately, the ball bounced off her, and as she tried to stop it, and it hit her in her face. Ramarak round the wicket, ball to Wolvaardt, who swept this away down to backward of square leg for a single. Patrick Lambert is saying, well, Enver, I hope I've brought you up to date. Patrick Lambert is saying, you are correct. I don't agree with her myself, having the best team since 2016, yet performing so badly in the 2 warm-up matches. And there they are showing the winning team on the screen. That team, as Ramarak comes in over the wicket, bowls to Brits, who played it back to Ramarak, who misfield again. But this time they never go through for the single. 52 without loss. Yeah, we can't agree with that, man. I don't think that we have. Since then, we have even been to the semi-finals of a ODI World Cup. And it's much harder to go to the semi-final of an ODI World Cup. Clipped away down to long on for a single. The score moves up to 53 without loss. But I don't agree with that comment. She was not the captain when the team went to those 2 semi-finals, so I think probably round the wicket, Ramarak bowls to Wolvaardt, who driven it back to Ramarak, and she dropped the chance. It was an easier chance this time. It was head-height. She could have just taken it right here. She comes round the wicket, bowls to Wolvaardt, who driven it back to her. It was an easy catch. She just need to take it. It was to her left. She just need to collect it here. But I think her arms were stiff. She never give with the ball, she never give with it. Ramarak round the wicket, bowls to Wolvaardt, swept away to the man at short fine leg, the woman at short fine leg. There is no run. At the end of the over, none for 7 from her 2 overs. 53 without loss after 8 overs are the South Africans. So it's driven. Look at, yes. Yeah. Yeah. The arms were just too stiff. It was to her left. They were just too stiff. She needed was to just give a little. As the ball hit her arm, she needed to just give a little and cushion it. She just give, you know. But she was like this. And it's like, if a ball hit a wall, it's going to bounce off. And that's what happened. Her hands were almost like a wall. Because when it hit her hand, she never, as I said, she never give and close. You know, give and close. It's like the ball is accelerating. So when it hit your hand, you need to cushion it to decelerate it. You know. So another chance went down there. Ramarat dropping Wolvaardt off her old bowling. No, Carlton, man. I am calm, you know. I'm calm. I'm always calm. It's not poor feeling not to run off the ball. It's more than that. It's above that. It's above that, Carlton. I'm calm, man, and I'm calm, Carlton. I'm always calm, man. I'm calm. But I can't, and I can't accept mediocrity. Ali laying down the leg side wide, 54 without loss after 8 overs, as the first delivery of the 9th over was a wide ball. So 54 without loss. I have to call out mediocrity when I see it, man. Carlton, I have to call it out. I will not accept mediocrity. If you can't bat, I will understand and support, as I said, Carlton. If you can't bowl, I will understand and support. I will say this is what we have. As that was played away down to backward point, there's no run. The score remains at 54 without loss. I am a West Indies supporter. What we have is what we have. Do I think the best team is in the UAE? No. But what is there, I have to support what is there. But I cannot see a girl, a lady not running off a ball and accept that. I cannot, Carlton. I cannot. I can't. I am not going to be a part of the atmosphere of the environment. Down the pitch come Brits. Look to swing at that one, taken on the bottom edge. The keeper comes from behind the stump field. There is no run, 54 for 2. I can't. I can't. Mikel said, one of the biggest problems with this team is the lack of different physical attributes. They need to improve their speed, strength, and agility. Well said. Alia Lane bowls to Brits York, dug out back to the bowler, and there is no run. 54 without loss after 8.3 overs. As I said, she's a good start here by Alia Lane. I really think that she is she's the only player I've seen improving. Hayley Matthews has always been good. Stephanie Taylor has always been good, but clearly, I'll be surprised if Taylor even played the next match. She really struggled today. Over the wicket comes Alain, bowls to Britt to slap this away, down to long off, work for the fielder. They can't get their 4 runs. 58 without loss. Stephen Roach say, pay as you play. That's the only way to get the best out of our players. You may well be right. You may well be right, and there is some merit there. It appears, said Patrick Lambert, this is Patrick Lambert, it appears that they don't have confidence in themselves and willing to accept defeat. Oh, wow. Alain over the wicket bowls to Brits, who whip this away down towards mid-wicket. The fielder comes in, picked up, sends the return in, and they 2nd and 1. 6 from that over. Well, 1 delivery to come. I thought that 1 delivery to come. So 5 deliveries have been bowled by Ali Alain thus far. 6 out of the over. West Indies now really need to get wickets and need to get them quickly, as South Africa is really in charge. And if we don't win this match, we'll have to beat England to go through. You know, and so it's 59 without loss. So we need wickets, and we need wickets quickly, because England is really one of the tournament favorites, and they're going to be hard to beat. 59 without loss. But again, in Hayley Matthews, we have one of the very best. Alain bowls to Wolvaardt, driven hard down back the pitch. She misfield and allowed them to go through for a single. The score move up to 60. So 7 runs from that over, as Alain didn't collect clean, and she's in some trouble here again. Another West Indies player is in some trouble. I never like to see players get hurt, but she's in some trouble, and Ali Alain is really one of those players. If we are going to beat England, we need her on the park, you know. So she's in some trouble. It's the end of the over, though. So at the end of the over, South Africa, they needing 119 to win. After 8 overs, 9 overs, they are 60 without loss. 60 without loss, so they need a further 59. They need a further 59 to win. Patrick Lambert is saying it appears that they don't have confidence in themselves and willing to accept defeat. Well, what I would say is that that's your assessment of the situation, and I can't, how to put it now? You are entitled to your assessment. Are you right? I don't know. Are you wrong? I don't know. I have not assessed it that way, but I'll be looking at their body language now that you have said it. You know, so I'll be looking at their body language now that you have said it. So Connell is coming into the attack. Let's hope she'll get a hat-trick today and shut me up and said, you said that I should not be in the playing 11. Hold this, Mr. Cricket Forum. You are saying that I should not be in the playing 11. You didn't name me in your squad, but I'm going to show you what I can do, Mr. Cricket Forum. Show me, Connell, show me. Get a 5 for man and win this match for the West Indies. Get a 5 for and win this match for the West Indies. And I wash your clothes for the rest of the year. Get a 5 for Connell and win this match for the West Indies. And shut me up. Really, I want her to get a 5 for, of course. Why not? I'll be back this evening with the qualifier 2. Connell ball short to Wolvaardt, who pulled it away down to backward of square leg for a single. The score moves up to 61. She moves up to 35 from 29 delivered. Brits comes in to strike. If you score 100, said Stevie Roach, I scored 25. I would be Connell comes in, bowls to Brits, who steered it away down to third man. It's going to run very close to the boundary. It gets there now for 4. Just open the face of the bat and guide it away down to third man for 4. 65 without loss after 9.2 overs. Connell bowled 2 deliveries for 5 runs. And you can see that in not happy there. You know, that she just steered it away. Lovely shot down 65, down to the third man boundary. 65 without loss. So Stephen Roach is saying, if you score 100 and I score 25, I would be bothering you to find out what you are doing so I can improve. These players don't seem to care about improving themselves. Don't rely on others. Fair enough. Connell comes in, bold, short, flat batted, past her. Diving effort by the fielder at mid-off. That's Matthews, I think. They go through for a single. Backed up by the fielder coming across from mid-on. 66 without loss after 9.3 overs. Wolvaardt is on 35 from 29. Brits is on 28 from 28. South Africa replying to West Indies 118 for 6 or 66 without loss after 9.3 overs. So there's a third man now in place. I don't really think you need a third man for Connell, you know. You could bring up the short third man and put the fielder in front of the bat. Ball short, pulled away, through mid-wicket, straight to the fielder who misfield again. That was who? Crofton sends the return in. Who was that? It's Fletcher. Fletcher was it, but they got a single in 67 without loss. We are in over number 10. 2 deliveries to come before the drinks break. Wolvaardt is on 36, the South African captain. Brits is on 28. At this stage, South Africa, they are really cruising to victory at this stage. 67 without loss as Britt Seckers, Connell over the wicket, bowls to Britt, who turned this away, slower delivery, through mid-wicket. They run hard for the first one, they touchdown. They're going to come back for the second one. The fielder just reached there, but no, they stopped. They decided against it. Good work from Ali Alain, charging in off the deep mid-wicket boundary. Well done, Ali Alain. 68 without loss, 9.5 overs have been bowled. Wolvaardt is on 36. Slower delivery there. Back off the arm, slower delivery. And Wolvaardt just waiting. That Brits was it. Wait on it and turn it through mid-wicket for a single. Connell. One delivery to come in her first over. None for 8 thus far. 68 without loss. She comes into the South African captain, Sean, beaten outside the half stump, and she looks to cut that. It goes through to the keeper. At the end of over number 10, South Africa 68 without loss, looking to get 119 to win. They need a further 51. Wolvaardt is on 36. Brits is on 29. Connell have just completed her over. None for 8 from 1 over. That makes logical sense, Stephen Roach. Envoy 0.5 odd point, our South African friend is saying, listen, I am not getting happy yet. This game is still on. Trust me. Me just takes one double wicket, and trust me, but it must happen soon. The champion said, if our ladies focus more on finding gaps, I think it's gap. If our ladies focus more on finding gaps, I think you want to say gaps, the champion, they will get bigger scores. Yes, I agree. There must be the biggest problem right now in West Indies women cricket, and I'm not talking about at the grassroots level, because that is a complicated thing. I for one I don't know if any women cricket is being played in Jamaica. And as someone who followed cricket and followed it to the grassroots level, I believe if women cricket was being played in Jamaica, I would have known about it. At the same time, I'm not saying that none is being played, but to the best of my knowledge, I don't know where in Jamaica it is being played. So it may well be being played, but I don't know. So the grassroots level thing is a different ballgame. But Sean Diaz must go. This team, there's no incremental improvement under him in this team. There are so many camps. There have been a lot of camps for this senior West Indies women team. A lot of camps. A lot of camps. West Indies, Cricket West Indies have invested a lot of money in this senior team. They have had a lot of camps. A lot. And Sean Diaz is not doing anything. He must go. Patrick Lambert saying, the stats speak clearly. I don't agree with Mr. Roach. I believe that it is not a fair statement. Yeah, Hayley Matthews is one of the very best cricketers in the world, Stephen Roach. Capsy Cap, Cyver Brunt, Ecclestone, Mandana, Carr, Sharma, King, Perry, and Garner. So why are they performing better than her? You see, Stephen Roach, I just calling some names. So why aren't they performing better than her? All of those, for example, I'm going to ask you a question. Who was the player of the tournament of the WPL? Tell me, please. Thomas Norbert is saying, good morning, bro. Please, how many St. Lucians in the team? Thomas, this is how I stay, and this is just me. Maybe someone else will do it. If you don't know, I won't tell you. It's a West Indies team, and I want to look at it as a West Indies team. So if you don't know, I'm not going to tell you. That's how I do it. The persons in this community will tell you that's how I stay. If I'm commentating and Affleck Fletcher bowls to Brits, who driven this down to long on for a singer. If I'm commentating and I say that Chanel Henry from Jamaica field, and in that way then it's a different thing. But I'm not going to tell you how many St. Lucian in the team, how many Jamaicans in the team, how many Guyanese in the team. I don't do that because I want to play my part in creating the collective West Indies cricket team. I want to play my part in seeing the team as a whole, and so I don't answer. Thank you for the question, Thomas, but it's not a question that I answered. Affleck Fletcher bowls to Wolvaardt, to play this to mid-on, and there is no run. John Paul Nicol is saying, good morning, Carlton. I do not agree with Hayley Matthews saying this is the best team. Swept away, down back with a square leg for a singer. The return comes in, the batsman beat it, 70 without loss after 10.4 overs. Good morning, John P. Nicol. How are you doing, my friend? Should I call you my nemesis? A legend. John P. Nicol is a legend of this community. Over the wicket, down the pitch, come Brits, hit it away, down to long off, into the boundary, 4 runs, 74 without loss, using her feet, getting to the pitch of the delivery, and hitting it down to long off. The fielder came across, and that's Connell again, and it beat her. She's saying that's something that she never saw it. So she said that she never saw it. She was at long off. The batter came down the pitch and hit it down to long off, and Connell is saying that she saw it late. Fletcher comes in, bowls to Britt. Britt off the back foot, forces it away, through the covers, down to the boundary. The fielder came across, sends the return in. That's Alia Lane. They go through for 2, 76 without loss at the end of over number 11. Wolvaardt is on 37, Brits is on 36. Fletcher, 2 overs, none for 16. The West Indies made 118. So they need a further 43 runs to win. We do not want South Africa to win this match without losing a wicket. So John P. Nicol, my nemesis, is saying, good morning, Carlton. I do not agree with Hayley Matthews saying this is the best team. But we must appreciate as captain, she cannot say anything negative about the team selected. I don't agree with the last part of your statement. I don't expect her to say anything negative about the team. But she doesn't have to stretch it either. She doesn't have to stretch the truth either. So, as captain, you need to motivate your team and you need to be as positive as much as possible. But there, as this one is driven down to long off by Brits, the score moves up now to 77 without loss. Sorry, it was Wolvaardt that driven that down to long on. 38 from 35 deliveries. Brits is on 36 from 32 deliveries. We need at least 2, 3, or even 4 wickets. I don't want us to lose by 10 wickets. Not at all. Matthews over the wicket, bowls to Britt, and she played it out into the covers. Down back with a point, chase for the fielder who gathers it, sends the return in, limit them to 1. Good work this time. Ungainly so, but good work. I hope she hasn't injured herself. She's taking a long while to get up. As she tried to slid, the technique was not right. The technique was not right, and so there was a little issue there, but I hope she has not injured herself. She seems to be okay. Matthews in her third over, none for 12 thus far. Round the wicket, bowls to Wolvaardt, short. She pulled it down to mid-wicket, straight to the field on the deep mid-wicket boundary. That's Alia Lane, sends the return in. They go through for a single, 79 without loss after 11.3 overs. Wolvaardt moves up to 39. Brits on 37 comes back into strike. The West Indies captain, none for 13 from 2.3 overs, 79 without loss. Let's watch now. She's going to go around the wicket. Oh, no, over the wicket, sorry. Over the wicket, bowls to Britt, who plays a lovely shot, backward of point. They misfield again. They're gone for 1. They will stay on 1, though. And the return comes into the keeper's end. the score moves up to 80 without loss. So that is Manny Mangru on the field, 11.4 overs, 80 without loss. Wolvaardt is on 39. Brits is on 38. Matthews. Over the wicket, round the wicket, should say. Bowl to Wolvaardt. She's in. Bowl to Wolvaardt, who goes deep in her crease and turn this away through mid-wicket. Down to a lane and the deep mid-wicket boundary again for another single. 81 without loss with one to come in over number 11. Matthews now, none for 15 from 2.5 overs. The West Indies captain, she wheels away. She comes in over the wicket. She's going to bowl to the South African opener, Brit. She's there now, in. Bowl to Brit, and Brit turn this away. Come off the pad, down to short, fine leg. There's no run. At the end of the over, 81 without loss. Wolvaardt is on 40. Brit is on 38. 81 without loss. None for 15 from 3 overs is Hayley Matthews. 81 without loss after 12 overs. So, yes, so the point I'm making, John P. Nicol, your comment, there must be some level of reality in your comment. And as the captain, she has to be motivating the team. But is she doing a disjustice to those young ladies when she put it out there that they are the best team since 2016? That could add pressure to these young ladies, you know. So while I agree that she should not be negative, she can't be. Definitely she cannot be negative. Fletcher bowls to Wolvaardt, who hit this down to long on again, and it beat Connell. It beat Connell again to her right, and it goes for 4. Jano, man. Jano. 85 without loss. Fletcher. We must get a few wickets. Over the wicket, bowls to Wolvaardt, who slashes this away. Down to the field and the cover boundary. It goes to Alia Alain, so that she will pick it up and send it in cleanly. 86 without loss. So the Indian teams are at the ground. They'll be playing next. Who they'll be playing? England. Who is India playing next? Short, pulled away. So good stop there, off stop there by the fielder, backward square leg, that Shady Nation. The score moves up to 87 without loss. India is in the room. Who is India playing? New Zealand. That will be a cracker of a match. It will be a cracker of a match. India is expected to win though. Fletcher comes in. That's the googly well bowl, but it was a little short. The batsman on her back foot played it wide of Alain, who moves smartly to her right field. Send the return in. They come back for 2. The score moves up to 89 without loss after 12.4 overs. So they're doing this quite comfortable now. So Wolvaardt is on 47 from 40 deliveries. She seconds. The South African captain as Fletcher wheels away. They call her Mumma. Bowls to Wolvaardt, who looks to cut. Beaten. Through to the keeper. There's no run. 1 to coming over number 13. 1 delivery to coming over number 13. Wolvaardt is on 47. Brits is on 39. South Africa are 89 without loss, needing a further 30 runs to win. Fletcher bowls to Wolvaardt. Again, she looks to cut, but Canberra didn't collect this time at the end of over number 13. 89 without loss. Fletcher 3 overs, none for 24. Wolvaardt is on 47, and with her, Brits on 39. South Africa needing 30 to win from 42 deliveries. It's Stephen Barrow, not Roach, but our team only have a few players that might get paid. No, man. If they play, you have to pay them. If they play, you have to pay them. But what you could, Yeah, if they pay you, if they play, you have to pay them. So John P. Nicol, I know I'm taking a long time to answer your question, but basically I'm saying that whatever statement Matthews is making, it must have some sense of reality to it. And saying that the girls are the best since 2016, some of the girls may be looking at that and say, what the hell Matthews are talking? We're not that good. And that could have pressure to them, just like how you will see a young player and they say that's the next Brian Lara, and immediately that had pressure to the player. They said this is the next Garfield Sobers. It add pressure to the player immediately. So in that context, Matthews might say they are the best team since 2016. And that, although she's trying to be positive and motivating her team, may come off as putting extra pressure on some of the girls who themselves can think for themselves and know that Matthews is talking rubbish, you know. But I agree, as the captain, she has to motivate her team. And Michael is saying, Stephen Broach, Matthews is better than Capsy by a miles. Yeah, as I said, Michael Douglas, I think Stephen Roach was just calling some name, you know. You know, but Matthews is a world class player. I think Stephen Roach knew that he was wrong when he said that Matthews was overrated. But Stephen Roach, as I do, I'm a man enough to always apologize and say, I'm sorry, I got that wrong. So, and this is a community, we are a welcoming community, we are a caring community. So it's okay, we understand, we are mature enough, Stephen Roach. Ramarat goes to Britt, who swept this in the air. Down backward of squares, going very close to the boundary, going to be 4. And why I said it was going to be 4, it was Connell who was chasing. So that's why I said the South Africans are laughing. Brits move up to 46 from 39 deliveries, 97 without loss. As soon as I saw Connell chasing, I knew it was going to be 4. So I'm saying Stephen Roach, and I'm saying Stephen Roach, we are mature enough. We understand that it was a slip of the typewriter to say that Matthews is overrated. No, she's a high-class player, man. She is a high-class player. Ramarat bowls to Britt, who look to paddle this away, beats the keeper. Chase for the fielder from short fine leg. They're gone for 1. They 2nd and 1. Let's watch the signal from the umpire. Did she get bat onto it? Yes, she got bat onto it. She moves up to 47. Wolvaardt on 48 comes into strike. 98 without loss after 13.5 overs. At one stage, we were saying that 130 was defendable, but it doesn't look that way now. 98 without loss. 1 delivery to coming over number 14. Lara Wolvaardt is on 48. Round the wicket goes Ramarat. Bowl to Wolvaardt. She goes deep in her crease and clip this down to mid-wicket. Straight to the field, who picks up cleanly. It's Alia Alain. 99 now without loss at the end of over number 14. Wolvaardt is on 49. Brits is on 47. Ramarat 3 overs, none for 17. She continues to bowl very, very well. Verdi Fiver think that this team is good, but they are not playing up to the potential. Okay, thank you for your opinion, and thank you for some positivity, and thank you for your perspective, you know. Envoy said, misfield. This fielding must be so disappointing. They aren't supporting their bowlers. Thank you, Envoy. Patrick Lambert is saying, they know that very well. Their total was about 30 runs short and just gave up. So Patrick Lambert think that we gave up. Wickets will come soon to slow down the scoring. Well, that comment came in probably about 15 minutes ago. Over the wicket comes Ali Alain, bowls to Wolvaardt, clipped it away, down back with a square leg for a single. That's her 50. And that also brought up the South African 100. So South Africa 100 without loss. This is the first 100 opening partnership in the tournament. So 50 is Wolvaardt, 100 without loss. And Thomas Norbert is saying, okay, bro, thanks. Well, I'm happy that you appreciate that, Thomas. Yeah, that's just me. Played back down the outside of the pitch by Brits, Alain Field, and there is no run. Joel Williams is saying West Indies third warm-up game. Thank you for the laughter. Thank you for the laughter. Glenn Cambry said, I told you you were going to need your whiskey. Ah, boy, yes, Glenn Cambry, you did said so, but early in the morning, boy. Rafael Tomo believes that for the ladies to do well, they have to play with the boys to get mentally tough. I heard more than one person expressing that views. Over the wickets, bowled to Brits. That's Ali Alain driven to the field that cover. Oh, brilliant! Oh, what a stop by Connell! Oh, you saw that! Wow! What a stop by Connell! Shut up! All of you who said that Connell cannot feel. Look at that stop. What's it, Turdo? Driven into the cover. Oh, beautifully. She just came to her left and she just picked it up sweetly. What a stop! John T. Rhodes. Ali Alain bowls to Britt, who slapped this down to long off for a singer. They go through for 101 for without loss. Was that John T. Rhodes in the covers just now? Or was it Clive Lyde? Herschel Gibbs? Or was it Roger Harper? That was brilliant there from Connell in the covers just now. Beautiful. Well done. Rafael Tomo, I think Paul also said that earlier this morning. Flicked away, down back with a square leg by Wolvaardt. She moves up to 51. Shadi Nation sends the return in. The score is a 102 without loss. What a stop by Connell. Oh, what a stop. What a magnificent stop. Oh, shit. That must be taped. That must be clipped up. I want to see that again. 102 without loss. Brits on 48. As Alain comes in over the wicket, bowls to her full toss, driven down to long off, straight to the fielder, who picks up cleanly, sends the return in. The score goes up to 103 without loss. Brits will keep the strike. She's on 49 from 44 deliveries. Alain, none for 11 from 2 overs. But just to say that, I discussed it at length this morning, but I will just answer you and say that, Raphael, while there are benefits from that, it's not going to happen. The dynamics is such that it won't happen. Never. And unless there's a complete... Well, I don't see it going to happen. As I said this morning to Paul, I am aware of the benefits of such an integration of the two teams would bring. But there's 1,000,001 things will have to change for it to happen, Rafael Tomo. How many wickets and runs did Matthews get so far? Even the young Stephen Roach, you can't use one game to judge the quality of a player. Thank you very much, Stephen Roach. Stephen Roach, man, come on. As Matthews comes back into the attack, that played away for a singer, and that's Brits 50. 50 from 45 deliveries. 50 from 45 deliveries. So they need a further 15 runs now to win. They are 104 without loss. We must get a wicket, We must get a wicket. I really appreciate your company this morning, and I thank you for subscribing. Please, though, give the video a like. Click on that thumbs up button. I really appreciate you being here this morning. But we must get a wicket, man. We can't lose by 10 wickets. Matthews bowled to Wolvaardt, turn it away, past the dive of the woman at mid-on, down to the fielder on the boundary. That's Fletcher, who sends the return in. They go through for 105 without loss. So Stephen Roach said, how many wickets and runs did Matthews get so far? Even the young South African spin bowler got 4 wickets. Hayley hasn't even got 1 today. So overrated. Stephen Roach, you cannot double down on that, man. Come on, Stephen Roach, man. Can't, man. No, Stephen Roach, my friend. Al Ains is saying, Mr. Brown, Connell and Henry cricket hasn't improved. Agree over the years. Joseph, as an uncle at CWI, told you about 6 months ago that the West Indies men team hasn't been fit since 2001. Ask Red Spurrier. Right. Thank you, Al Ains. Thank you for your comment. We really appreciate it. And so Valistan is agreeing with you. That is what? Gushard? Let's say Valistan is agreeing with you. And yes, and you make a good point there. I do not agree with everything you said in totality, but there's a lot of things that you said in that comment that I would share. And so there seemed to be an injury here to the physio is coming out. So the physio is coming out, and with South Africa only need 14 runs to win. I just use the opportunity to run through as many of your comments as possible. Even the great West Indies side of the 70s and 90s need Dennis Wade to maximize their talent. These guys have no body. Stephen Roach, they do have a fitness trainer. They do have fitness trainer. They have physio. They have the whole lot. But what you have, let me read Envoy comment. 50 up for the queen of women of SA women cricket. Well done. Yes. Yes, Envoy. I know that you must be happy. Stephen Rhodes said, see how stupid we look applauding our women off until we see how the South African women make us look. No, but Stephen Roach, it is not stupid to support our team. It's 14 needed from 26 deliveries. Stephen Roach, what I'm saying. Let's Matthews final over. She's in bowls to break down the pitch. Hit this high in the air. Let's see the fielder comes across over the top. Is it 6 runs? Was that 6 runs? 4. 1 bounce into the boundary. 4. 109. 109 now. So they're really closing in on victory. Stephen Roach, it's your right to critique the team. It is my right to critique the team. It is all of us right to critique the team. But it also should be over the wicket. Bowls to Britt, who turned this away through mid-wicket. Hayley Matthews is bowling. They touchdown for 1. They're looking for 2. Will they come back for it? No, they saw Ali Alain approaching the ball and did not come back for 2. 110 now without loss. 110 without loss. So I was saying that, yes, it's our right to critique the team. But critique should not be our first approach. I think we need to support the team. We need to cheer on the team. And when there are some local victories, some local victories, when something is done well, we need to show the support and see if we can, by showing that support, we can just help them to just improve to that next level. By showing them some support, just try to motivate them. And remember, I said it's our right to critique the team. I'm critical of poor performances all the time. I'm very critical. No one can say I don't. Some persons think that I critique the team too much. But I know that we have to support them also. Kriana Joseph in bowl short, pulled away, down back with a square leg. For a single, Mangu comes in, sends a return into the keeper. 111 without loss. So, we believe that it was a good finish to the innings. Zayda James and Taylor was a good finish to the innings. We got up to 118. There was a time when someone in the chat even said that we may not make 100. So 118 is a low score. Disappointing. That one turn away to backward square leg. There's no run. 111 without loss. 118 is a disappointing score. We want to score more than that. We want to get 150, 160. We know that. That played to mid-on, no run. Quiana Joseph bowling a tight over here. None for 6 from 1.3 overs. We know that. We want to get 160. But that little cameo in the back end between Matthews and Zayda James, as that played away down to the backward point boundary, they gone for 1, comes around. Oh, brilliant again from Connell. She came around and she just swoops around, pick it up with 1 and send the return in. They got 2, 113 without loss. But that little cameo was something to celebrate, something to cheer them on, and something to say, yes, this is what you can do. We just wanted to do it more often. Clipped away down to deep mid-wicket for a singer, and the score moves up to 114 without loss. That's the end of the over. Look, Punch Connell. She was leaking runs left, right, and center. She wasn't putting in the effort. She dropped a catch and all of those things. She dropped a chance. Her feeling was terrible. Absolutely terrible. But then she made a brilliant stop in the covers. Should we not applaud that, Stephen Roach? Just now she swoops around the boundary, picked up with her 1 and send the return in. Should we not applaud that? That is something good. So I'm saying, amongst the bad and amongst the criticism, because this team should be heavily criticized today for these poor performances. But amongst all of that, when they do something good, should we not say that it is good, Stephen Roach? You know, I hope I'm finally getting to reach you. Yes, Envoy, both your batsmen. We really need a wicket now, though, you know. We really need a wicket. Ramarak in bowls to Wolvaardt, short, pull, down to deep mid-wicket for another singer, 115 without loss. Okay, Stephen Roach, you say that if Matthews is good, then she needs to show us in the competition, not when they pay her the big bucks. Ramarak bowls Wolvaardt taken on the pad, load appeal, review it. Come on, man, you have 2 reviews, burn it. Burn one of them. Burn one of them, please. Oh, they're not reviewing it. It looked to be missing leg stump though, you know, but you understand, we burn one of the Ramarak bowls to Brits down the pitch, hit it on the bounce to long on for a singer, 116 without loss. I saw Michael Douglas replying to Stephen Roach. Where were you when she was the player of the series in Australia, Pakistan? She was also ICC T20 Player of the Year. How many times has she won ICC Player of the Month? Pulled away down to deep mid-wicket on the bounce. First time in the game, Alia Lane misfield, and they come back for 2. The scores are tied. And also, Michael Douglas, didn't she won something like 8 consecutive Player of the Match, including 3 consecutive against Australia and New Zealand? You know, so I think what happened, Stephen Roach, and I look forward to seeing you again later. But I think what happened here this morning, it's probably a early morning thing for Stephen Roach. Ramarak bowls to Wolvaardt and she plays this away into the covers, and that's the victory for South Africa. West Indies soundly beaten by 10 wickets. Soundly beaten. Wolvaardt not out 59. Brits not out 57 from 52 deliveries. Ramarak 2 point. Let me just go through the entire bowling card for the West Indies. Chinel Henry 2 overs, none for 20. Zayda James bowled 1 delivery. Unfortunately, it was hit back to her. She tried to collect it. She tried to collect it here. It bounced off her and hit her here, and she had to leave the field. after that one delivery. I hope she's okay. I hope there's no denture issues with her. Quiana Joseph, who finished the over, bowled 1.5 overs, no maiden, none for 9. Should have bowled more. Hayley Matthews bowled 4 overs, none for 22. Wolvaardt bowled 3.5 overs, none for 22. Affley Fletcher 3 overs, no maiden, none for 24. Alia Lane bowled 2 overs, no maiden, none for 11. Shamila Connell bowled 1 over for 8 runs. Now, I didn't have Shamila Connell in my squad. I didn't have her in my playing 11 for today. I really think that hopefully she will do well in the next match. I want to support the 15 players that are in the UAE. For if they reach the semifinals, I'll be happy. I'll be very happy. Are they playing well? No, they are not playing well. They are playing far from being well. Far from well. Am I happy with them? No, I'm not happy with their performances. It's very disappointing. It's hurt. It hurt deeply. I'm very critical of their performances. But it is my team. I'm going to support them. I'm going to support them. Do I think that there are players who should have been in the UAE who are not there? Yes. But it's not the time to talk about that. No, it's not the time to talk about that. The World Cup has started, and these 15 ladies are the only 15 ladies that can pull it off for us. Let us support them. Glenn Camber, the wicket never came, man. The wicket never came, Glenn Camber. Patrick Lambert is saying, it was not too long ago Matthews scored 132 and 122, I think, in Australia, and also took some wickets. Yes, and Patrick Lambert, she was a player of the match in all of those 3 matches. So should we give Stephen Roach a 1-week suspension from the chat? Let me hear what you think. It's a democratical decision because he's bashing our best player. Mr. Brown, it seems like you would applaud a bus driver who takes you from A to B with no accident. I would say thank you. I would say thank you. Yes, well, Scotland up next. We should be able to beat Scotland and Bangladesh, but England will be a tough one. We can beat England though, because we have players like Hayley Matthews, Deandra Dattin. Hopefully Stephanie Taylor is fit. She really struggled today. She really struggled. Hopefully she's fit. Alia Alain and Chanel Henry. So we have batting can get runs, and we have bowling in Wolvaardt, in Hayley Matthews, in Alia Alain, Affley Fletcher. We have good bowling in Quiana Joseph. So I think we have bowling. And I don't think we should play Connell. I think we should play another batsman. And who is there? Shady Nation. I think we should play Shady Nation or Manny Mangru. I think we should play. I think it is better we play a batswoman, an extra batswoman, than play Connell. I don't think we have any need for Connell in the playing 11. So I think we should go with another batswoman. And so we should probably go with Nation or Mangru in the next match. Clearly, I don't think that we need to go with Connell. And maybe we could even go with both of them, Mangru. We could go with both Mangru and Nation just to strengthen that batting, because with Quiana Joseph, Hayley Matthews, Wolvaardt, and then you would have Alia Lane and Chanel Henry. And so play either Zayda James or Affley Fletcher. So we could go with Mangru and Shady Nation in the next match. If Zayda James is fit, you play him instead of Affley Fletcher. And I think the bowling would still be well served. And we would have played almost every batsman we have there, because I don't think the bowling is the issue. I think the batting is the issue. We need to get runs. We need to get a lot of runs. Verdi Fiver team just need to step up. That's the reason why they are there, because they are good. Thank you. But what we are asking, in all honesty, Stephen Fiver, respect your opinion, but it's a long time now they haven't stepped up. Respect your opinion, but it's a long time now they haven't step up. Yes, we were soundly beaten. Mikel is saying that hope she's good. And Michael Douglas is saying, it's a pity I can't type more than a certain amount of letters to highlight all of Hayley Matthews' achievement for Stephen Roach. Stop making analysis by what you see in one or two matches. And that's the point that I was making. She said, let's see how many international prizes she wins compared to these Australian players. As an individual, I think she has won more than them as an individual. As an individual, Hayley Matthews, pick, all right, the World Cup aside, which is a collective, and which is a collective effort, it's not a team effort. So take out the World Cup, and which individual in Australia team, which individual in the Australian team, if you remove the World Cup, have won more prizes, awards than Hayley Matthews? I say, Labar is world-class spinner, and most of our women can't bat spin, especially to spin. Rodolph Watley is saying that the team is too weak. So you see, and there where the difference of opinion comes in. So Fiverr think the team is good. Rodolph think it is weak, and that's why we respect everyone's opinions. Patrick Lambert is saying, please double the suspension period. Patrick Lambert. Well, if the community agree that he should get a 1 week suspension for beating down our best cricketer, but I'm not getting any feedback. Okay, John P. Nicol is saying no suspension unless the person is disrespectful. That is true, John P. Nicol, and he has not been disrespectful. And I like that, John P. Nicol, and I like that from Stephen Roach, that although he disagree with us and we disagree with him, at no time has he been disrespectful. And we love that, don't we? We love that. You share your different opinions without being disrespectful. And we love that. It wasn't like yesterday there was, I think, as I said, majority of the time, this is a wonderful community and we have good banter. And for 95% of the time, the banter is good. But every now and then, there's one or two persons who will come in and try to disrupt the flow and try to be disrespectful and so on. And just like yesterday, there were two persons, that one of them tried to put down Basil, and I had was to, in the same post that he made to put down Basil, there was a lot of error in the post. So I said, I didn't say it in this way, but basically what I was saying to him, why are you attacking Basil? And in the same post that you're attacking Basil, you made so many errors grammatically. So don't attack a man for a point that he made. Disagree with the point, but there's a difference between disagreeing and attacking. And he attacked Basil, and I never liked that. Disagree, of course, and you can disagree without attacking. So I really then never liked that. So I lighted the error in his post. And there was another person who came on, and the person, he probably made about 20 posts. And he was attacking Jamaica. He was attacking Barbados. He was attacking Trinidad and Tobago. Just attacking. And I also had to point it out. I didn't go down, but I kept the high ground, but I did let him know that what he was saying was not right. Yes, so Stephen Roach, the chat don't believe that you should be suspended, Stephen Roach. Stephen Barrow. What Stephen Barrow had said? I think Stephen Barrow had said if we take your approach, Stephen Roach, no one will get paid, or just a few players. You know, yes, so that's the beauty of the community, isn't it? Hayley Matthews is still the player of the year. There must be some reason for that, surely. George Edley didn't feel so much pressure when he carried the baton by himself. Rodolph is saying, my bad, not TEA. I still don't understand Rodolph. So let's give. We remember our great West Indies team players due to their World Cup wins, not their individual medals. That's a good comeback there, Stephen Roach. That's a good comeback. Not the better team, Mr. Roach. Not the better team, Mr. Roach. Yeah, yeah. But this team, but Hayley Matthews have won a World Cup, so we are going to remember her. Stephanie Taylor have won a World Cup. There are a number of players on this team. Who else was in that team? Canberra was in that team. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll be back later with the qualifier 2. So Guyana goes up against the Barbados Royals. I look forward to your company then. Have a wonderful day. It will be a busy day, but hopefully I'll be back for the start of the match. If not, I will join somewhere during the match. But it will be a busy day for me today. Have a great day, everyone. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. See you in another 8-10 hours or so.